Mas Selamat, the infamous terrorist. Many Singaporeans would be familiar with this name. He was the one who had used an improvised flotation device to get across from Singapore to Malaysia. Mas Selamat Kastari was born in 1961 and was known to be involved with the JI. He was Singapore's most wanted terrorist. According to Singapore intelligence authorities, Mas Selamat had discussed terror plots, including hijacking a plane from Bangkok and crashing it into the Singapore Changi Airport. At 4:05 p.m. on Wednesday, 27 February 2008, Mas Selamat requested to visit the bathroom at the Internal Security Department at Whitley Road Detention Centre, where he was being detained. Instead, he made the escape through an unsecured bathroom window. He started preparing for his escape a month ahead by exercising and finding out information about his surroundings through his wife. Before the escape, he started to stock up small packages of butter to be used as food and obtained extra clothing from his wife. A massive manhunt was launched to find him, involving many of the army personnel. In fact, this was the largest manhunt ever launched in Singapore. It was a nationwide search. In a country with a high security system, many Singaporeans were shocked to hear this awful news. Security was stepped up around neighbourhoods and schools. The government had received more than 1,000 calls on sightings of Mas Selamat. Posters of him were put up everywhere at train stations, bus stops, shopping malls, and schools. 2 days after his escape on 29 February 2008, Mas Selamat turned to his relatives for help. His brother and sister-in-law were reluctant to let him stay. Mas Selamat's niece persuaded her parents to let him seek shelter at their house. On the 1st of March 2008, his niece applied makeup and secured a tudung over his head to disguise himself as a woman. She also gave him a map to locate his surroundings. The 3 relatives involved were eventually charged for the involvement of his escape. During an interrogation with Mas Selamat, he claimed that he hid under an overhead bridge along the Pan Island Expressway for 5 days before making his way towards Woodlands using a monsoon drain. He reached Woodlands on the night of the 4th day after his escape and swam more than 1.1 kilometers across the Tebra Strait to Johor Bahru using an improvised flotation device. On 1st April 2009, it was confirmed that Mas Selamat, the JI militant, was captured in Johor, Malaysia. He was found in a secluded village, living in the basement of a house while his landlords resided in the upper parts of the house. Those who had played a part in keeping his identity were arrested. Later on, he was transferred to Singapore for indefinite detention under the Internal Security Act on 24th of September 2010. Several terror plots were discussed, including kidnapping Singaporean Chinese in Johor as hostages in return of all JI detainees in Singapore. If their requests were not met, the hostages were to be slaughtered and videotaped for distribution to the international community. Our founding Prime Minister Lee Kuan Yew had harsh words to say when he described the escape of Mas Selamat that led to this episode that could never be forgotten. It was a very severe lesson in complacency. It has been more than 10 years since this incident happened. Singapore has always been a safe country, however, we must not let our guard down.
Sure Bo Singapore, your online source of Bo Liao entertainment.